Here we go. Team Liquid Philippines needs this game, and they brought a draft to be able to do that, Trex. But again, it's Aurora Gaming with a little bit of flexibility. Another interesting draft from Coach Midnight as well. What do you think of this one? We saw Barrett's go XP lane in the hands of Kid Bomba yesterday.
We saw the fighter-fighter meta go into the hands of Team Spirit yesterday, and it worked well.
Yep.
I'm not counting it out at all for Aurora right now. I don't think this is extremely surprising. Yes, it's a little offsetting because we're not used to it, but we have seen it worked. And as I keep on saying, there are a lot of layers to the meta right now, Nicely.
I think a lot of people want to see, Carl TZ using the Ling. This hero alone has made waves already in the current meta, but now in the hands of someone as skilled and as prominent as Carl TZ. Let's see how he plays it. This is already some rough pressure, though.
Lunar Flicker dashes in. A lot of damage on Carl TZ. He's left his lane just for the invade. Rosa forced to use a Flicker. A little bit of damage onto Sanford. Sanford flickers as well. Everyone backs off.
You see how much is needed to go ahead and protect that early pressure in the jungle, even when the change is here. Now they're going for purple.
Look at the pressure. The stun lands. JP goes down. Pagu gets it. Aurora just not giving up.
They're not giving up, man. They're also going to take more. Take another camp here. TNZ is pretty relentless right now against Carl TZ, and this is one of the things you kind of expect to happen when you pick a hero like the Ling. We've seen it in the likes of even previously in our previous match where you go in the opposing Ling's jungle, you put pressure there, you take what you can, you slow him down. And so for Team Liquid, they have to go ahead and supplement that. They have to support Carl TZ. He's not really in shape to take this first turtle, but if somehow Team Liquid Philippines can secure it, that kind of stopped the bleeding a little bit here. But look at this, the lockdown again.
Another stun lands on a JP. JP is going to take a second death within 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Aurora Gaming with over 1,000 gold lead, and they haven't even taken the first turtle yet.
Trex, this is what we're seeing here is just the amount of front line that this lineup has that is just helping TNZ with all the space. They continue on.
The grab and nab, the pull back. Sanford gonna try to vengeance through. Re-engages. JP unable to do anything, but Sanford still falls. Maybe staying a little too long.
Yeah, maybe he should have just disengaged there. I'm not sure if what the move was there, but still it's Aurora building up on that lead, continuing to put pressure on all sides of the map. And this whole time, again, Sigiboom has just been able to go ahead and farm up on this gold lane Paquito. You know he's going to hurt when he starts showing up to these fights. And so far, when that next turtle comes up, it's going to be really dangerous here. They continue to try to delay Carl TZ. He needs these buffs. He needs to be able to go ahead and catch up. He's 2 levels down right now against TNZ.
Sanford once again taking a lot of damage. Deadly Magic unable to get the finish. But Aurora everywhere right now, and the Bratz is looking clean. It's bulky. Lunar continues to land those stuns.
Yeah.
Continues to get those pushbacks.
Again, this is just really a smart drafting, but then just excellent execution right now from Aurora Gaming. From game 1 now to game 2, they have stopped the Stampede in its tracks, essentially. Now for Team Liquid, if they want to get back into this game, they need to start making some plays happen here. But the question is, Trex, where do you do that when your jungle's this far behind? You have a Zetian who essentially is able to go ahead and give you some vision, get that little minor stun in. But if you're choosing these fights that you can't win, it's going to further delay you. So I think, again, they find themselves in this situation of game 1 where it's like, do we wait a little bit here? Do we try to scale up into this game?
Lunar is going to go back to base here. And I think, yeah, Team Liquid at this point, they kind of have to. You got to look for Teddy to get some gold. Luckily, he hasn't gone down. Carl TZ as well hasn't taken a death. He's lost a purple buff early on in the game. It's why they didn't try to contest on that last turtle. They know that they're a bit behind right now. Not even just a bit, it's almost 3K gold. Will they even try to fight for turtle number 2, honestly?
With that retribution, doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So this turtle will go in the hands of Aurora. Right now, it seems like the call is, yeah, just wait. But hold on, Teddy could be in trouble. Luckily, JP is here to keep him secure. Turtle's locked in, though. It's secured. Where's Pagu going to go? This is the best thing that Carl can do, though. Push that bottom side, get some extra gold, but there's a fight.
Not just a fight, a big fight, a nice Wrath of Dryad onto 3 members of Aurora. Sanji able to get the kill, but look at the fatal links, and look at the damage. Sanford trying to vengeance through, able to find one, another. Sanford picking it up, but will eventually drop a double kill before taken out by Siggy Boom. While this is happening though, karl'tez taking a purple buff of his own. They're trying to even the playing field.
Hey, Tretz, as bad as things were, at least it wasn't worse here. That was a great Fatal Link setup. As we look at, well, we got a chance to look at the replay here. Look at the Fatal Links after that setup. This could have been way worse, but again, some maneuvering here, some finesse from TL keeps them from getting decimated here under that tier 2 turret. And it also, mind you, allows karl'tez once again to get what he can, takes a buff, because he's got to play the catch-up game here. They need to be able to get just ready for that first Lord once it comes up. I wouldn't be surprised if we see them give up the next turtle too. Just again, give that call, do what they can, because they're losing real estate as well on the map, as now some of the tier 1s are falling.
Yeah, they have to start looking for some pressure on the map. I will say this. You can't count Team Liquid out until after the first Lord, at least in my book. As long as this gold lead stays around 2.5 to 3K, TL will always have a hand to fight with. I'm still waiting for that big moment for karl'tez to pop off, though. He's been farming. He's able to come back a little bit. He steals a purple buff. Look at the damage. Does come down onto Lunar. Lunar's able to use the flicker. Tempest of Blades falls as well. And everyone pulled back in. The damage on Aurora is insane. But Fatal Links in response. Still not enough as Teddy locks onto Pagu, chasing him down, but there's no escape today. A double kill into the hands of Sanford.
Leave it up to Sanford to make that play. What a final slash he was able to use to set things up, but it's still Aurora. They take down a tier 2 turret. They're finally going to lose the turret in the mid lane, but Aurora now needs to be a little more calculated. They put themselves in that position. They know an Arlot's there, so they got to watch out for that. And so little by little, TL has brought themselves into a position now where maybe they can actually get a turtle, unless still it's that call of give them this one, let's just get ready for that Lord. JP is going to give that information. Sanji's here as well. They don't want to get caught out here. karl'tez's not even a part of this though, as he wants to push down bot.
Another turtle in the hands of Aurora as karl'tez looks for more map control. Team Liquid have dropped that gold deficit down. It's only a 700 gold lead over the hands of Aurora. Siggy Boom on the hunt for karl'tez. karl'tez will be able to get away. On the mid side, Aurora want to reclaim this mid tier 3. Even out the lane field. A nice Fatal Links does not connect. Purifies do pop though. Look at the damage onto Lunar. Teddy goes down with Siggy Boom over to the backside. He finds 2.
The
Sanford locking on though. TNZ falls. Double kill for 40. Maybe a triple over to the hands of Siggy Boom. Unofficial, but still able to possibly get that final hit. It is a brawl. It is a bloodbath. Aurora and TL. Who would have thought it'd go like this?
Oh, Sanford. Okay, there's not much more I don't think he can do here. Just trying to clear this wave out, but he might take a couple too many hits. Sanford shut down.
A beautiful shutdown into the hands of Siggy Boom. The guy is a monster right now. 5-0-2.
Oh man, look at this. There's the replay brought to us by SDC. Look at Siggy Boom.
Yeah, it comes
he
from the back.
joins this fight from the back, and everybody just lined up there right on target. Again, the bleeding was staunched a little bit because of Sanford's play here, but it's just that case of we're playing from behind. If you're Team Liquid Philippines, you have to be able to make these happen, and now karl'tez gets taken down. So not the best timing here for TL to lose their jungler.
I gotta say, Sanford's had some great plays, but there's also been a few times where maybe he stayed a little too long, used a few too many vengeances. Look at Pagu here, hanging out in the bush. He's gonna finally show himself and back off. But they gotta watch out for those angles because Aurora's been so good at attacking from all sides. They're finally gonna be able to take this tier 3 as Pagu zones away Teddy. The tower drops. JP will drop as well. The Deadly Magic should be able to finish it, but no, he gets the health back. Teddy with a blazing duet as Sanford jumps into the backside. Aurora kind of in shambles here. karl'tez shows up as well. Tempest of Blades comes down. He takes out Sanji. karl'tez still unable to get a kill though. One more hit. He's terrified. A double kill into the hands of Rosa. Aurora has their number.
Great team fighting from Aurora Gaming there. They knew the plan and they stuck with it. Again, this final slash was great, but also the Blazing Duet wasn't able to get the efficiency it was looking for there from Teddy. TNZ with the fancy moves here to try to stay alive through this all, and he does. Just Again, the fighting that we're seeing from Aurora Gaming has been refined from the last time we saw them play here. And my goodness, they're making it look good.
Aurora's making it look so good, saving the Terrified, all of those little micros. And the thing is, it's not just the small fights that they're winning, they're also winning on map placement. They have the whole package right now.
Trex, this is insane. Look at across the board how much of a lead they have, but especially Siggyboom. You mentioned it, 7-0-4. He's up nearly 3,000 gold against Teddy. And that is not where you want to be. I mean, again, we talked about Paquito in the gold lane. These fighters being brought back into the gold lane when all we've seen for a long time was the Claudes, the Moscows, the Harris. Well, this, once again, changes things, the dynamic of the meta. And you see it in the hands of Siggyboom like this. I mean, where do you start if you're TL? Who do you focus on here? And I think that's the biggest thing. That's why it feels like the Aurora Avalanche, man. It's coming right at them.
The force of nature itself. At your front door, tower will drop. There's no holy defense to bring down this Lord. Aurora Gaming not going to force it though. They're going to move on to the mid-tier 2. Should be able to take it.
All right. Turrets take a little bit of damage here. The tier 2s will fall. Holy defense shields being held on, but that bottom one is the only one to stay. Conceal's going to be used. Where's Pagu going here? They want this base turret. Oh, JP.
It's a zone, but they're still able to get it. JP going to move on. Fatal Links does connect. It's more of just kind of a stall there as the rest of the team backs off. Still no inhibitors down. TL hold the defense.
All right, you have to start looking at where this could turn over on its head. 6,000 right now for Aurora Gaming. That is a big lead to hold against a team like Team Liquid Philippines. Again, they did it in game 1. They're doing it here in game 2. And it's still looking the same. Again, where do you start if you're Team Liquid? Well, that Lord coming up in about a minute might be something, but do you take that risk? Do you take that gamble to go and just try to make that steal? You know, what we've seen before in the hands of Lings, where you can go in and get that miracle play, that miracle retribution.
I think with the fact that they do have all of their inhibitors still standing, TL could maybe let this Lord slide. They do have some decent ability to defend in a siege. They have the big ult from Sanji. They can get the stuns. They have a Blazing Duet. They have Shred. They can play well in the pocket of their base. It's a hard base to crack. Not only on top of that, you have the Wrath of the Dryad, you have the Final Slash. They have a lot of defense measures.
Trex, this is how far behind Teddy is currently. The Corrosive Scythe was just picked up. Usually you see that Trinity locked in. I believe he's got the Trinity now if we can take a look at the items, but you know, 12 minutes in, yeah, he just locked it. That's about 3 minutes behind right now. So that's the big kind of thorn in the rose right now of Team Liquid. You know, how do you deal with that? Now he's online, but even if he comes through, does he have a defensive item to withstand what Aurora Gaming is throwing at him? Yes, you mentioned the Wrath of Dryad, that's a big thing, but maybe you give up the Lord, you go for one more defense, you have a great high ground defense that you can play around with if you have to, but Daytona's welcome's used up here.
Daytona's welcome, does lock on along with way to the boss side. Look at the damage on a Teddy! Siggyboom is just unstoppable. The target is locked and he never misses.
Just gonna make it worse right now as 2 fall for Team Liquid. Aurora Gaming will go ahead and get themselves this Lord and get ready to approach the base of Team Liquid again. Again, this has been a really rough one for Teddy, the gold laner of TL, but just the team as a whole, because again, your firepower, once it's taken out, it's mainly into that Claude. Carl Teasy might be able to help too, but he was also delayed, so just as a whole, across the board, Team Liquid has been playing with their backs against the wall. So Carl Teasy will cut the waves for where he can, delay this Lord push, and wait for the rest of the team to be up here.
And Siggyboom's trying to lock on. Will he get there? Yes. Tempest Blades drops. This move out for Carl Teasy. A lot of damage comes in, but there's no escape! TNZ gets the final hit. Carl Teasy caught too deep in enemy territory.
I've never seen a boxer punch the sky like that. My goodness, Siggyboom. He picks up an immortality, 9-0-5. And now here we go. Lord making its way up top. Gonna charge into that base turret and take it down. 20 seconds still for Carl Teasy to be up here. And now Aurora Gaming with a 10,000 gold lead will look to end this series in a sweep.
Aurora Gaming looking to end this. A big Fatal Links does lock on to Sanford, a Blazing Duet to do everything they can to defend. But Aurora Gaming have locked on the base. And the Stampede